And now we begin season 3 of the Family Chantel with a reality gaze telenovela theater. Telenovela.
Clack, 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 shoes clacking, clacking, clacking.
Oh, will those horrid shoes never stop in my house? Don't bother me, daughter. I'm cutting up a papaya.
Oh, Mommy, I won't bother you, Mommy. I'm just so glad to be home, Mommy. Finally,
Yes.
after 3 months, I was stuck in New York. The humidity.
You abandoned me.
Mommy,
you abandoned
no.
me.
No, Mommy, it was Corona. It was
like-
Corona.
Me abandoning the seeds of this papaya. Because like the papaya seeds, which I believe are poisonous, they're not.
Mommy, I know things have been tense between us, but my love for you
Tense.
is never... Tense.
Tense. Intense.
Intense.
Yes.
But Mommy, I
Just gonna
had to
keep
go see
cutting
Alejandro.
up this piece of fruit. I love a prop. Yes, you had to go see your novio.
Yes,
With his hair like an iguana.
I know. Don't remind me how beautiful he is, Mommy. Don't. But I know you told me not to go, but I had to.
How is the divorce going?
Oh, Mommy, I don't know. There's just so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just look at me, Mommy. Look at me.
Oh, you're falling apart, daughter. What are we gonna do with you? Maybe God will step in and rid you and free you from this man. That look on your face. Explain it to me.
I'm bored, Mommy.
Oh, you don't have enough problems.
Mommy, no, Mommy, no.
Más problemas. Want some papaya?
No, I'm not hungry.
Fine, I guess I'll eat it all. Even the seeds.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Beyonce. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's reality, yes, let's love.
This is the Family Chantel.
This is the Family Chantel.
Season 3, episode 1. Woo!
I gotta say, telenovela theaters entered during our season 2, and I think my favorite part is the sound of Nicole's shoes.
Y'all are just clack, clack.
They're always clackety clack 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 on her floors, and they're tiny stilettos.
Yes, they're just cheap.
And she wears
cheap shoes.
she's probably 85 pounds.
Oh yes, wet.
But not for long, because she gonna get big boobies.
She's gonna get big boobies, y'all.
Big boobies.
Big boobies. This is Reality Gaze, and this is some of you are listening, going, "What the fuck? Why is this on the public?"
Because you know why? Because it's free. That's why you're listening to it.
This Family
you want to get
Chantel-
away from your kids.
Y'all, this is a try. Yeah, that's true. This is a try before you buy, because this is the Family Chantel first episode of season 3, and we always put this out for all of you.
Every
you can listen to
new
it.
season.
Yes, and if you want to jump into this episode for episode 2 or to this season, starting with the next episode, it will be at the $5 level of RG Plus, which is available on patreon.com/realitygaze, or you can go to realitygaze.supercast.com, or you can just click on Apple subscriptions. That's the $8 tier.
Yes.
But you would get our normal shows that are public shows for without any commercials, and you would get the $5 tier and Welcome to Plathville, Love After Lockup, the
Our
Cringe
Bicurious, our monthly Bicurious episode where I give you 3 choices and you choose them. You choose the winner.
You do. Unless you're on Apple. We don't know who you are.
No.
You get what you fucking get.
Get
Sorry.
what you get.
So if you are new to this listening, we have to tell you, Jake has even said he is sorry and we were wrong, and we never say
I don't
that.
apologize.
But for this you have.
I have apologized that we had not covered this earlier. To be fair, I don't think the show sold it the way it should have been.
I agree.
It is a pageant of buffoonery.
It is. That is a great way to describe it.
It's not as like intense as they make it sound.
Mm-hmm.
It is just absolute foolishness. From moment one, it is great to watch.
Yes.
It's hysterical to watch Karen try to be funny or smart or try to have catchphrases.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
As Karen would say, it's buffoonery to the highest power.
To the power. To the power.
To the
I
power.
am angered to the power.
Y'all, there's always something she's got to throw in there. And also with the family Chantel, you get buffoonery. You always get looks or outfits.
Yeah.
On both sides. Because sometimes what Nicole's wear is just horrendous.
You get Lydia in her Olive Garden server suits a lot of times.
Yes.
Power suit, Robert Palmer.
Yes. As I watch this episode,
the look queen, Karen, of course.
Yes. Oh my gang. Oh my gang.
Oh my dang.
Oh my dang.
Oh my dang.
Oh my dang. Yes, I'm sorry. My auto corrected to gang.
God damn it! So you just thought that was right. Again,
I even know she said dang, but I wrote gang.
Is there not a? And you said it.
I did, just like Anchorman.
Is there like a synapse that doesn't fire?
Yeah, it just. I
want to get you an MRI.
I read what's written
to see if there's just like stencils or like that car where they would have like footage of cars when they go places and it shows to their windows and it'd be the same tree over and over again. Would I see that in your MRI?
Maybe I read just what's written. It's a problem.
It is for podcasting, I think.
Just hosting training. Hey, look, there's a lot of videos of newscasters just reading shit. It's pretty funny.
But this is podcasting.
Well, So yes. So a lot to talk about this. We didn't cover it when it came out. Now, if you are new to this and you're in the comments and everything, we know that Pedro and Chantel are not together.
We do know that.
We don't know a lot of things though about other like Royal and Angenette, or as we call her, Aunt Janet, because that's what Christina's text autocorrected to with Aunt Janet.
And it will always be Aunt Janet to us.
Always Janet. We don't know about them. We don't know. We don't know fully if Winter's with Joe, what happened with that. And so we ask, if you are new and you're commenting in the Patreon comments online, please don't spoil it, because we don't know and we want to try to have fresh reactions. And some of our listeners are new to this.
There's some people who are also watching at the same time we are.
Yeah. So, and if
time.
you, yes. So, which that is part. If you want to jump to our $15 tier, that's only available on Supercast and Patreon. You can actually watch us watching
for the first time.
Yeah, our pillow biter talk, as we like to call it, of us watching the family Chantel for the first time. And I got to say, last year when they came out with those fucking stepsister dresses. That was a moment for the ages. That and last season when Aunt Jeanette said, "Royal, you even called your sister Chantel. You said she was stupid." that moment too, where he went, It's so good. Y'all, we knew nothing. We didn't know about the fight. We didn't know about anything. So this has been a pleasure for us. So we're on season 3. We will have at the end of this season, Mary Sissy Detective will be giving us a Where Are They Now at the end of this season.
For people we'll never see again.
Yes. And then she said, then we'll do season 4 and 5 and we'll do them for the entire series. So
yeah, season 4 is actually a normal length. And I believe season 5 is only 6 episodes.
It's only 6 episodes.
We're
actually,
just
season
taking
3
care
and
of
season 4 are longer than season 2.
Yeah. Season 2, 12 episodes. And season 4, I believe, is about
14.
Pedro looking for his father.
Yes. So anyway, anything else, Poots?
I think that's it.
All right, everybody. So,
by the way, if you this just a one note, if you are still looking for the tell-all that was supposed to be on HBO Max / Discovery Plus, it's not there. Or part 1. We know it's really fucking annoying. If you haven't heard it, they're giving some bullshit excuse about licensing. I don't know why they're doing this. They're shooting themselves in the foot about this. If you want to watch,
but Discovery did respond to one of our sissies and told them.
Yeah, a couple different people have gotten that same response.
It's not going to be all the tell-alls are not going to be released on Max or Discovery Plus until the season is finished.
I just question,
which makes no sense.
Question the wisdom of that.
It makes absolutely no. I feel like you're the biggest show on TLC, one of the highest rated shows in cable. Period. Pay for some rights. Pay for the rights for that.
I don't know what's going on with it. But you can, if you need to watch them now and you don't have cable, go to TLC Go and you just say no provider or something like that. You'll get it. You will have to watch commercials.
You will have to watch commercials.
But you can get your fix. If you're fucking got the DTs and your shakes because you haven't seen your tell-all, go to TLC Go.
All right.
You can get it.
There you have it.
TLC should be giving us money to promote this.
Thank you, Susie Orman. Thank you. The way you said that.
Money.
It was very Susie Orman.
To put in your Roth IRA.
Oh, goodness.
Denied.
We also want to say, though, if you do join this $5 tier, you're going to get Love is Blind UK, which is coming out. This is airing in August, so it's coming out this episode of
next
Family
week.
Chantel. It's coming out the August 7th on Netflix, and we will be covering it. And so it looks like we're getting screeners, so we will be dropping our
I'm very
episodes.
excited.
Yes, 24 hours after, but that is all on the $5 tier. That and the Bicurious and the Family Chantel. That's a lot. We give too much away. We should charge more.
Next week, it's a $50 Patreon, an $80 Patreon, and $150. It's just like all your streaming services. That's how much they're all going up.
We haven't gone up.
Them.
Fuck them. This inflation bullshit.
Fuck no. What was it like? What was it? Hulu or something? One of them went up like $20 fucking.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, you know what?
I'm not made of money, as my mother would say.
I will say, and one of the reasons I caught that, this isn't an official ad, but it was we got a subscription to Rocket Money when we bought, and it's really like,
it tells me when things, I put it in the ad.
Yes, it's great.
Yes.
Finally keeps reminding me, you got this charge to Raz Van's OnlyFans. You've been paying for 2 years.
Fucking
now.
off. Mine says things like, sometimes it gets a little judgmental. You got a lot of bills coming up this week, bitch. You gonna have enough money to pay for it?
It does say that. Yeah. It's like, whoa,
girl,
you better don't eat out this week.
You better earn some coin this week, or bills ain't gonna get paid.
It does. It's like, oh wow, spending, are you?
Mine's like, oh, she living. Oh, she's been spending.
Anyway, so
yours is like, why is this Instacart driver getting $50?
Yeah, y'all. If you want to know why, listen to our episode of Plathville, because we're not going to talk about it here. All right. I wish I remembered our code for people for Rocket Money, but oh well.
Reality Gaze.
Is it Reality Gaze?
Yeah.
So go to rocketmoney.com, Reality Gaze. We just did a fucking ad for them for free.
I know.
I'm going to send it, Christina, send this clip to cut this for me, and I'm going to send it to Acast and say, look what we're doing.
We're going to do it, but we're going to tell Christina to do it.
All right, let's move in. My Dr. Pepper kicked in. I'm ready.
Let's get into this. Season 3, y'all, we are in the Philippines still.
The episode's called Unannounced and Uninvited. Yes, we're still in the Philippines. Briefly.
I assume that is referencing Ja, but it also could be the family Chantel at Royal's wedding that just happened.
Or it could be Mama Karen showing up at Royal's house in the middle of the night
That's
with a
right.
fucking flashlight.
With a flashlight. And with a Tom of Finland leather bike hat, which seems like it's going to be the accessory of the season.
She always picks you can tell that she's like, you know who else would do this? Poodle would do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to make an accessory happen.
On the family Poodle, he'd be like, okay,
the family Poodle.
He's like, this season, I'm going to wear a scarf, but around my wrist so it looks dainty with different scarves for every outfit. You would 100% do that.
Parts of this do start to feel like, did you ever see on 30 Rock when they had their fake sitcom called Queen of Jordan?
I'm not to that season yet.
Oh, it's the Sherry Shepherd, and she has all her friends in a fake reality show. And her family. It's really funny. Everything starts to feel a little Queen of Jordan.
Okay. All right.
Unintentionally, I think.
Unintentionally.
When she goes, ham.
Now, so they're all packing to go home. As y'all know, we're not going to rehash it, but the wedding with Royal and Aunt Janet didn't go good, as Stacy would say.
I am indeed traumatized by what happened in the Philippines. We had a very funky time. And by that, I do not mean good funky.
No. We had a funky time. But then, y'all, we hear, and we called it, Aunt Janet says, yeah, we're just going to stay away from them. And Royal said, yeah, we're really not going to talk to them.
Yeah,
I think they'll never be on camera again, y'all, ever.
I don't know if they will be. What happened? They keep. Do you notice that both Chantel and Karen keep saying, "We need time to digest everything that happened," but they also keep talking about it and bothering them.
So, if you're digested and you're over it, then why?
They're not. This is it's all talking head lip service. Which Karen and Thomas are really good at.
Very good at.
Yeah, and it's hysterical because they'll say something in their talking head, then they will litigate it in the very next scene.
They will. So it's 3 months later, and y'all, COVID, Miss Kova. Hey,
Miss Kova got him.
Hey there, I'm here.
It's a lockdown in Atlanta.
That bat followed him all the way back to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I got you, boy.
Gotcha. The lockdown happened there. So we're in the midst of COVID. And there is this thing where Pedro is talking to Chantel, and he's like, Pedro says, yeah, y'all, if Pedro loves that the drama has been all about Aunt Janet and Royal and not him.
Yeah.
The same way he loves drama about Winter and Jaw. It's so transparent. And
he lives for it. Like Pedro's basically salivating for the drama.
Well, because you forget Nicole and Lydia, mom Lydia, they laugh at other people's pain too.
Yeah.
So that's how he was. But he says, oh, you're a family. When they come around, things get crazy. And Chantel tries to say, well, your family makes things really crazy too. And Pedro's like, yeah, but not like your family. And Chantel even has to say, fair enough. That was so good.
So I gotta ask you, I've never lived in an apartment where I had to keep a hose in my house.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
There's some hoes in this
house.
Well done. I put some holes in this house.
I got a garden on my balcony, got water in my plant. I got things hanging ceiling. They gotta get fed. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in.
But like, it looks like 300 feet of hose.
They had to get an extender too.
And I don't understand why don't you go to they have car washes that you can
Pedro's
car
cheap.
washes.
Pedro's cheap.
Is that it? But
I think Pedro is very cheap and he's always so concerned with money. I bet he does not like to spend money.
Yeah.
Think about it. This is how you can equivocate this. Remember because their apartment looks a lot like Paces Crossing they used to live in?
It's very Paces Crossing coded. Yeah.
If Mother Poodle lived in Paces Crossing and she needed to wash her car.
Complained about the pool all the time.
All
about
the
people
time.
in it. Yeah.
If she needed to wash her
make
car.
noise all the time.
If she needed to wash her car, what would she do? And even if she lived on the second floor, would she probably hook up a garden hose and wash it?
She probably would. Yeah.
So I think that's Pedro's mentality.
I guess so. Y'all, they are washing Betsy. His new car, Betsy, and his arms are ridiculous.
Okay,
and
guy, girl, whatever you're into, y'all, this is just porn for all the
fucking
senses.
Jacked.
He looks
and
so
Chantel's in a
hot.
bikini with Daisy Dukes on, washing a car.
Looking like
it's like Warrant's cherry pie video. Current references only.
Yeah. Y'all, they both look fucking smoking.
Yeah. So, so Chantel is also graduating after 10 years. It is kind of annoying that everyone's like, Chantel's finally graduating. And the more I thought about it, is like, but those other two kids, neither of them went to even school. And they're talking about it.
I wanted to
Fuck
ask,
off.
Did anyone else in this room graduate from college?
Fuck off.
With the Bachelor of Science? I don't think you did. Because, and Chantel kind of explains it. I think this is I'm actually kind of shocked. I mean, and it's a privilege. I know it's a privilege because my dad paid for my college, my undergrad. Did your parents pay for your undergrad?
The scholarships.
I mean, I had scholarships too.
I had some scholarships. Yeah, they paid the rest of it though.
But I think I
had one loan. I had one loan that I took out that wasn't because my parents wanted me to have. It's not debt, but they said you need to get used to paying. You need to pay off. You know it's like to pay off debt early, and I paid mine off in 5 years.
And you did not like it.
I did not.
You hate debt,
but it wasn't a big loan. And it was something because I went to grad school right away, and I was basically paid to go to grad school. I was able to pay it off.
Yeah. No, I did that. I moved out to LA, and my dad. I got a loan against my car that my dad co-signed on. He said, "I want you to understand the loan." But. Anyway, sorry, that was your family history financial corner. But I think what's interesting is we just assumed that I guess Chantel's parents are not paying for her school because she's been paying for this herself. She said.
I guess they didn't.
And I feel like most of my friends that paid for themselves, they did take longer to go through college because they got to fucking work full time and go to school. So I'm with you, like, shut up. River,
leave her alone.
River.
There are
what have you done with your life?
There are a lot of other reasons to make fun of Chantel.
Yes, this is not one. I'm proud for her. Good for her.
Make fun of her tight jaw, her inability to have any empathy, possibly her current. I don't know if you've seen her recently. She got some iffy fillers. It's rough. Yeah.
Look.
The new one. It's not good.
Oh no, Chantel. Oh no.
Yeah. So I also wrote down they seem so happy here when her family kind of leaves him alone, and his family kind of leaves him alone, and they don't have to talk about deep things. And so y'all, she's going to do home health for pediatrics, and then she's going to go to be a top floor neuro nurse, she says.
A top floor neuro nurse. Oh, wait. I think she might have gotten her lips done.
Is that? But no, even her face looked really swollen, like bad fillers. Though she looked like her mother after her mother had bad fillers.
Well, now she actually. Oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know she's an injector now. So that's what
her whole thing is injectables.
she does. She has a whole separate account of Chantel Everett, nurse injector.
Yeah, that's what she wanted to be. That's like the first thing. Remember her job interview?
Good for her.
That's what she wanted to be, an aesthetic nurse.
Bitch had a dream and she did it.
I just wish she wouldn't. She just puts too much in her face. It just makes her look like
she
she's melting.
has to.
I disagree. You can put enough that it makes you not look like you're melting.
I know that's true. She kind of a lot of those they try shit on themselves. I wouldn't do that.
Like just leave some mayonnaise out and see what happens.
See what happens. Why not?
Put a face. Nothing says happy like a face full of poison.
Love my Botox. Love it.
So they bring up Royal. Pedro brings up Royal and said she hasn't been talking to him. And again, they're like, he distances himself from us. And so later on, Karen, under a cloak of night, Ubers to Royals. So apparently she doesn't even want him in her car to know.
No. She's wearing this, again, this ridiculous hat and also this cheap looking, like just violently electric blue jacket.
She looks like, and with the mask that comes really up high, almost to her eyes. She looks like,
with Swarovski crystals, or do you think fake crystals? Like
Fatima of the night. ready to, and with that ridiculous Tom of Finland biker hat.
Yes. She looks stupid.
So she's like, worst case scenario, they immediately went back to the Philippines. Which, why is that the worst case scenario? Isn't it interesting to think about that?
Because you want to say, because Royal then won't be by them. But no, probably because she's like, they can't believe their son lives in a, quote, third world country.
It's that, and she would be completely under Aunt Janet's control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because remember, it's not about their kids, because their kids are fine. Mm-hmm. It's the people influencing their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that idea. Ugh.
That she rolls up, she gets out a thing, you hear a mumble, better not be any funny business. And I thought,
does she expect there are going to be Filipino gangs out to like take her money?
I really think
they've laid traps.
Yes, based off of her colloquialisms or her sayings, I've deduced that I think Mama Karen doesn't watch anything after 1959 because they're so, like, literally I think she go to sleep just watching Popeye reruns, because that's half where her say, like, I really feel like one day she's just going to be like to like, I mean, but like, so I want to ask you,
it's very old fashioned the way she talks.
I know we've talked about this with Captain Sadie, but what do you think are some things that Mama Karen probably watches at night on her iPad when she goes to sleep?
Definitely Flipper. I think she enjoys Flipper. Dolphins.
Yes. I think she loves Flipper. I think I Love Lucy.
They call him Flipper. Flipper, king of the sea.
King of the sea.
You know how I like my koi.
That is true. She loves her. What did she call it again? Her
what's the name of it? Ponderosa.
Ponderosa.
The Ponderosa.
Her Ponderosa, which I actually think she really likes. What's the show with Michael Landon? Bonanza.
Highway to Heaven. Too.
The Highway to Heaven's too new. That's too new for her. She loves Bonanza.
Maybe ventriloquism, like Charlie McCarthy. Not Charlie McCarthy. Edgar Bergen. Who's not Charlie McCarthy. Who is that? Let me look up that.
I think also
that's Joseph McCarthy with the McCarthy hearings.
Yes, I Love Lucy is definitely on her docket which is a classic still. I think that's the only reason why she wants to go wine tasting, because she thinks they're all going to step on grapes.
Yes, Charlie McCarthy was also a ventriloquist. Actually, Charlie McCarthy was the dummy of Edgar Bergen. That's what it was.
Well, you know what? I'm so glad. Poodle, I'm really glad that you spent 45 seconds and took the time to do that, because I know people weren't going to sleep at night listening to that. Because it was so current. And
first it's calling a couch Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
I am all in for the references that are almost 100 years old.
Yeah, that's Poots.
Recently.
That's Poots. Anyway.
So Charlie McCarthy was the ventriloquist dummy.
Well, get ready for Mama Current Karen. Because they're gonna keep happening.
She's got a flashlight, y'all.
Yes, it looks like what's the show?
She's about to break into the house.
Don't you feel like she's like on Catch a Predator?
Oh,
like, so she's got this flashlight,
but she's the predator.
Yeah, she's knocking on the door and she's shining. She's like, River, Royal and Janet, and finally,
did you see her look under the mat for a key?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, if she would have found it, would she have let herself in?
Yes.
I would have freaked out if my mother just showed up at my house.
Well, especially because you would be tied up. Now that would be awkward.
What are you doing?
Don't look, Mama.
Why are you blindfolded?
So she finally calls River, and he answers, and he said, "Don't call me." He was like, "Why are you calling me?" And she finally says, "Let me take off my microphone. I just want to talk to my son."
Yeah.
So I guess she talked to him on the phone.
This is the real version. Yeah. And she says, "They told me we needed some space. Angenette told me she was embarrassed about what happened. Do you believe that's true?"
No.
That's not true.
She was embarrassed that she got caught. Yeah, because we don't believe Aunt Janet either.
No. Aunt Janet's going to deny this until her grave.
Yes. And,
like a good con.
And I think even more than Aunt Janet, it's Royal. Yeah. Royal does not anyone in knows life. It is using its wife as a scapegoat.
So then at the end, she's like, "I'm willing to give them some time for some space and some time to heal." Cut to not a day later, when they're shopping for stuff at the car party at the party
Chantel
store,
and
Karen, and she's like, "Should we invite Royal?"
No,
bitch. Do you have amnesia? Do you wake up and every day it's like 50 first dates?
Oh boy, she would love that movie, but she's not up to it yet.
So she's like, "I preferred the black stallion."
Yeah, she loves a black stallion. Oh, she loves a black stallion. She probably loves even Gone with the Wind. Top Hat, one of her favorites.
So they are, did you notice when Chantel says, "My graduation's been taken from me"?
Well, it feels dramatic, but a lot of people felt that way.
I get it, but it wasn't taken from you. It was something that happened.
Yeah, I know.
I encourage everyone with mentalities like that to know that nothing was taken from you. It sucks when things like that happen. But it implies that someone kind of was responsible and someone should pay for it.
I mean, probably the only people that, and it's not legitimate, but the only people who feel like something was taken from them are people that don't believe that there was a pandemic.
That's true.
So I guess, but if you believe there was a pandemic, then try to take emotion out of it. But yeah. But it was really, who did I know? I don't think I knew. Well, no, I knew one. My goddaughter didn't, and she was though. I mean, she understood, but she was really bummed that she didn't get to have a high school graduation. But that's okay. She just had her college graduation, and it was great. So anyway, but yeah.
So turns out Winter has moved back in with Ja.
She moved back
So,
in with Ja
y'all-
only a couple of weeks after they got back.
Y'all, this is going to be the main storyline of this season, it looks like. We talked about it a little in season 1. It has come back into trend.
I think so, yes. Although I wasn't paying attention. And when I watched this episode, I was getting up, it finished, and I got up and it was still playing. And it was because I try not to watch this season on.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit of this. And I shut up my computer, but all I saw is they do take a girls' trip to the Dominican Republic.
Oh, yes.
So we are going to, because the last season, we didn't have a lot of families combining.
Yeah.
And it was just Mama
Well, we
Karen
did.
and
We did have families combining, just not Pedro's and Chantel's.
Yes. But I meant, I just glimpsed Mama Karen in a ridiculous outfit on a girls' trip in the DR.
I need more.
So that's going to be coming.
So Chantel says we need to move on about Royal, because they keep bringing it up, even though they need time, they need space, they need a space, as Pedro would say.
They needed space.
And they're decorating their cars. They're giving their car a face mask.
She is very excited about the face mask. Mama Karen brings it up like 4 times.
And
because she thinks that she's the only person that was clever enough to make a face mask for a car.
Anyway, Pedro says, I'm proud of you, Pinky. You got your BSN. You got your nursing degree. He's cheerleading her. He's like, how much you want to make? $75,000? $85,000? How much are we going to make? We're in the money, right? She's like, I don't know. It's more like 45,000. What? And she goes, well, you could go to school and we could make 6 figures together. He goes, oh.
Blink, blink. And y'all, Pedro has a warehouse job.
Yeah.
And he says, I kind of like it. I'm comfortable there. And what it really is that he's nervous about
writing English.
Writing English, which is, but Pedro's a smart guy. He would get used to it.
But he doesn't he doesn't want to feel stupid. He doesn't want to be.
He doesn't want to feel stupid.
I get it.
But it's different than like he's been hounding her, and they showed a flashback. He was pretty terrible to her when she failed her test last time.
He wanted to go to school, and it does seem like they're making this a plot line, and it's pretty icky that the immigrant who kind of wants to sponge off, harvest the American dollar and not really work. Or as they say, he is working. So now the new benchmark is he needs a career.
I mean, yeah, Karen said, you better work, bitch. And I was like, bitch, he is working.
It's interesting because it's almost like what... So Pedro has a job. Now you say, well, Pedro, it's time to get a career.
So
and I wonder if whatever his career is he chooses, will it ever be good enough?
Too bad he didn't want to work like in HVAC or something, because that's what makes him happy, because they would never accept that.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
And
I don't know what Thomas does. Because I think she taught cheerleading. That's her thing.
Mary, Sissy Detective, when we do the end of this season, what do we know Chantel, but I would kind of want to know, what do all of the Everett family, what do they do to make money?
I feel like for a while I thought there might be some type of generational wealth from one of the parents for a while, because I don't think the kids do work. But I can't imagine the kids are completely self-sufficient.
No. And, Nicole brings it up this episode. What is Nicole doing for work now?
Oh, I don't know where that bitch gets money.
But she's paying for her tatas.
I know, it's weird.
It's weird. So unless she saves some money from the show that she made. Yeah. And because she's living with her mom. But
I can't imagine. I don't know if they get that much money.
I don't know. Pedro and Chantel, again, they look very happy. He's dancing. He looks adorable. He's like saying P-S. And it's really, really cute. And it is, like you said when we watch it, it's sad knowing what happens when they were so happy. But so this graduation party, y'all, we see her driving in the car. It's decorated, which is how a lot of people graduated. But this was really sweet. It's very sweet the way they went all out and decorated their house for her. And made this feel like this was a big event for Chantel.
Mhm.
Because as everyone said, it was 12 years or 10 years in the making.
Did you see, she's like, so we're going to my mom's house. She's like, why do I say my mom's house? And she's like, because your mother will kick your father's ass. She wears the
Pedro's like,
pants.
your mom wears a pants. She's like, that's not true.
And then she's like, oh, I guess so. That's exactly what's happening.
And Pedro does the whip, the pow, whoopsh. And he thinks that he's just the funniest fucking comedian that we ever did see on television. He laughs at himself.
But I love it that he's just kind of, and then at one point he becomes aware. He's like, oh my God, what am I doing right now? That's interesting. That's funny to watch.
No, yeah, he's funny.
I wish there was more in the family Everett like that. That's one of their biggest problems.
That's not in their DNA.
And that's a shame.
They are literally the most unfunny family, I would think, on reality TV. They take themselves pretty
And Lydia and Nicole aren't funny themselves, but only because of how hyper realistic and hyper their whole lives are.
Yes, how dramatic everything is.
But Pedro is just like, and occasionally Chantel, you can get like human moments out of them that are really funny. Yeah. But not the others.
Now, Pedro says, for once in my life, I'm actually in a decent place with Chantel's family. But if they continue to judge me, he said, I think they're going to continue to judge me. He said, because if Chantel can't change it, then they're never going to change. So he's just kind of accepting that. Meanwhile, y'all, I almost want to make a cut. We don't need it. Of the drag queens from Drag Race sipping their straw drinks, and then Mama Karen just
these tiny little kind of like variety party cups that are like
she gave
nurses.
Everyone else a cup, but she has a wine glass.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, she has a wine glass with this enormous straw, and she's just. It's almost like she's drinking a sangria or a very sweet wine.
But either they're drinking wine out of these cups, or it's like Pepsi. It looks so stupid.
It does look stupid.
It's like it's party favors you would have like for like an 8-year-old's birthday party.
Yes, but they have a heart with a pulse on them, so they're nurse cups.
Is that it?
No, yeah, they're heartbeat. So it's a medical doctor graduation.
I get it. Yeah. Anyway, here's the thing. Winter's bringing Jaw, and everybody knows it, but we're going to speculate about it. And Jaw says, well, if my environment is good, you're going to have a good job. If it's bad, I don't know.
Oh, y'all, this guy's an asshole.
What kind of a bigger dick statement could you make? In other words, if people aren't good to me, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I hate that guy.
So anyway.
So of course they roll up. He's like, congratulations. And River's like, there's an elephant in the room we need to discuss. And Chantel's like, yeah, you can't just walk in here. And then that's the
Sips cup.
Yeah, cut to Mama Karen. Episode for them, the episode's in. But shall we, Poodle? Would you like to take a trip?
We did
the Dominican Republic.
The first encounter as a theater.
Yes.
But you do need to know that Nicole flew to the U.S. and then the pandemic lockdown happened just to see Alejandro. And y'all, she got stuck for 4 months.
She got stuck.
And bitch, what she realized is he hard to live with.
This could be, I think, actually one of the best things to happen to her.
Yeah. So y'all, they experienced what would maybe be a quick year in their relationship, or maybe a year and a half, in 4 months, because they were spending all their time.
A lot of people did this.
Poor bastards.
I don't get it. I was in a relationship at the time, so I couldn't. But I don't know. There's people that they were like, I was dating this person for like 3 months, and we thought, well, do you want to spend COVID together? And I was just like, no. But I guess, but again, what people will do to get banged.
True. But I think also if you're isolating, and you're on your only, and you trust the other person isolating, why can't you bang each other from different houses? Well,
but Poodle, not everybody has a medical grade air face gas mask that they use for foreplay as well as during COVID.
Does this make you horny?
Y'all just hangs on the wall constantly. It's like a decoration at this point.
I think a lot of it was there were a lot of people during the pandemic who did not want to be alone.
Yeah.
And I think it's more than that than banging. I think it was that.
I agree. It's about being alone, which I love being alone, but I can't. But that is another level of being alone. That's true isolation. People were isolated, so I feel like
I was fine with it.
Well, I will say I feel like we had it better in California.
Yeah,
than like New York and a lot of East Coast cities. We could go out.
That is true.
The weather was always pretty. We got
that's a good point.
We got out a lot. I saw parts of LA that I never saw before because of traffic and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I wouldn't even post about it because I felt so bad because my New York friends or Boston were just like clinging.
That's why they all moved to the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
Everybody went up there.
Sorry, we're going to bring up your COVID trauma, everybody, and talk about it. But this is really a lot of these shows. They normally skip all this. A lot of shows we watch kind of almost like don't talk about COVID.
We are
addressing it.
We are ground floor COVID right now.
Yeah, they're really filming it.
So it feels okay to talk about it now because there's been some distance. So I think I would have had a hard time covering this during COVID for sure.
Yeah, or at least even like a year after.
So later on, after she has this fight with her mother that we already talked about, she's picking up Coraima, her friend. And they haven't seen each other in a while. And she's like, how do I say this, Coraima? Living with Alejandro we got a lot of problems. And she's like, we fought about everything. Our food. He made me really question this relationship. And he does not want her to get her boobs done. And that's what she's going for now, the consult about it.
It's so watching them talk. I'm like, you're such a child. You're so immature. And he's so immature that y'all don't know how to navigate an emotional relationship at all. At all.
No.
She's not. I actually think this was a good thing to happen to her. I think this is like, she's like, oh, okay.
So they go and see the doctor, and Karaima's like, here's the thing. She's going to get her boobs done, and this guy has nothing. He's a piece of shit for saying she doesn't need to get her boobs done. And she's like, in truth, she needs it.
Karaima does say the truth is she needs it. And I'm like, what?
And in the next episode, the mom's like, Nicole is getting a necessary surgery. She'd look better with some bigger boobies.
And I'm just like,
without not saying, you know what, if she feels this way, we support her. But when they say she needs it, that's a little rough. I gotta say. I said this before. Come at us, y'all. If you want to get breast augmentation and your mother or other women in your family went, good, you need it. I don't know how I would feel.
I mean, my mother, told my mother, I said, hey, Mom, I'm going to get my neck done. And she said, well, if you're going to go underwear, you should get your forehead lifted.
I think that's different than saying, good, you needed it.
But that's a little different because my mom knew that I would get that done eventually anyway, because I said I would. I think this feels like people I think what my mother wasn't putting her own perception of beauty or whatever on me. Yeah. And it feels gross. Also, this surgeon flat out lied. He told her it's pain free, it's easy, it's great, y'all.
It's like taking a nap.
And we see in next episode because she has the surgery. But I just know from friends, boob jobs are fucking rough.
Lydia says, Nicole is not the best patient.
It's really fucking painful.
Anyway, and she says, my favorite thing is she's like, my self-esteem is already here, and now it's going to be here. Like way up there. I'm like, great.
Well, If it makes her feel better, I'm glad I did what I did. It makes me feel better. If it makes you feel better, great. I just hope it's not because her Karima. I hope it's because the snakes around her aren't slithering in her ear and telling her she's not enough.
I think she's probably among her friend group. She's probably maybe has some of the smallest boobs, probably, and that bothers her. And she thinks that, as I said before, the Lauren Barbarnik method of plastic surgery, that you'll immediately be happy.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other stuff will be gone. You're the same person, just with a different type of body.
Yeah. We actually, it was very, it was, I went to a wedding in Boston, and one of the women there she's a therapist for women and men that go, or people that go through bariatric bypass surgery. The gastric. And so, and just the importance of that. But anyway,
I think you should have to really, I think, because you have to make sure that it's not going to be that that you're doing, like that the doctor's doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, she said actually a lot
worse.
of doctors are quitting the business of that because of Ozempic and Mounjaro.
Wow.
That people aren't having to have surgery. So there you go. Anyway, if you're thinking about anything like that, use our BetterHelp code. If you need to talk to someone, we encourage it.
It's been an ad-filled
show. Good. You're welcome, sponsors. All right, everybody. That is a show. This season is, like I said, girls trip in the DR. So there is going to be drama, and as Poodle said, buffoonery. If you want to listen to that, you need to subscribe to RG Plus on the $5 tier. Again, that's patreon.com/realitygaze or realitygaze.supercast.com or Apple subscriptions, the $8
you click
tier.
it.
You click it. I want to be clear. On the $5 tier is Love is Blind, and as well as our Bi-Curious polls and the Family Chantel. If you do Apple, that's an $8 tier. That'll give you all of our content commercial free, as well as the $5 tier and Love After Lockup and Welcome to Plathville, which both are showing so far to be very strong.
I agree.
Yeah, very
totally
strong. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. We appreciate y'all so much. It's so fun to talk about just wonderful, silly, clowny shows like this. We could call this a clown tier at this point. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. This is Reality Gaze, though, reminding you to what, Pood?
Don't be stupid Americans.